What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Stendo TV News, keeping you guys in the know, of course, about the news you care about. And today, we've got a lot to cover. First, let's talk about Xbox One S. If you were looking to get an Xbox One S 2TB white edition, well, you better head out and try to get it now, because retailers are saying that they're out of stock and they don't plan on getting it anytime soon. Of course, this doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to get an Xbox One S 2TB system. It just means you won't be able to get it in white. Apparently, production has ceased on the white Xbox One S 2TB model, and that's kind of crazy. But there's always that red one coming up for Gears of War. Of course, there's probably black, and yeah. So if you wanted white, you probably missed out. Fortunately, the Xbox One S is selling really well, selling like hotcakes, and I think the reason is because, well, for a 4K Blu-ray player, it's relatively cheap. Don't think that the Xbox One is the only option. The PlayStation 4 Neo could be announced in September, as Sony has said that they are going to have a conference in New York, which is something that they don't really do, some sort of their own press event, but it's more like a direct event, and it's not tied to any of these conventions. One can only assume that since Sony doesn't do things like this, that they're getting ready to announce the PlayStation 4 Neo. And a lot of people speculate that the PlayStation 4 Neo is going to be getting an overhaul in power as a reaction to what Xbox One Scorpio announced during E3. Now, this could mean that the PlayStation 4 Neo doesn't make it out by holiday season, though. We could be looking at probably a Q1, Q2 launch for the PlayStation 4 Neo, if they are truly changing out components and doing a whole lot more technical work on the inside of the console. So that could delay the product, or mass production could be relatively limited, and we see it in a very short supply during the holiday, and I mean a very short supply. I stupidly pre-ordered Final Fantasy 15 a couple of weeks ago. Guess what? It's officially delayed. Yeah. Normally I don't get mad about delays. Normally I'm like, okay, yeah, cool, get the game working. I want to see a good product release. But this game has been in development, hell, forever. It was announced way back when Final Fantasy 13 was announced as a part of the Final Fantasy 13 trilogy thing. I don't even, the Crystals universe. But yeah, instead of coming out, if you were looking to play Final Fantasy 15 in September, like we thought we were getting, because you remember I played that extended demo, the platinum demo. It turns out that, well, it won't be coming out until November, actually. So that's official. Thanks, Square. Appreciate it. Why? Well, because Square Enix, the fine people that are behind the game, said that they want to make the most realistic looking Final Fantasy game to date, and they need a couple of more months to smooth things out. So there you go. No Man's Sky came out last week, and if you're playing it on the PC, you're probably having a hard time. Apparently the PC port is having some troubles. There will be some patches, but there was a day one patch that completely probably altered a lot of the game. Huge patch on day one. A lot of the scores are coming in as good from critics. However, there are some very mediocre scores too. A lot of people either love it or they hate it. A lot of fans seem to love it, and a lot of critics seem to be meh on it. I think that the game was overhyped. I told you guys the game was going to be overhyped almost a year ago. Matter of fact, I did a video almost a year ago. Is No Man's Sky overhyped? And I think it really, really was. And people didn't understand that this was going to be a space sim, that it was going to be in the same vein as probably an Elite Dangerous or a Star Citizen or something like that. And what did you expect? Yes, there's some Minecrafty craft elements in the game. Jim Sterling got DDoSed. We're going to do a special topic on that upcoming in the future as part of the Real Talk series here on the YouTube channel, because that's what we talk about on Real Talk, is freedom of speech. And I think Jim Sterling is entitled to his opinion and has a right to say what he had to say. So we'll be talking about that in an upcoming video. I think people were fanboys of the No Man's Sky hype before the game came out, and that's a problem because they wanted this to be the one be all game of all time, and it's just not going to be that. And I don't know why anybody would think that. The expectations for this game was so high that it caused some users to go making death threats to people who work at Kotaku. That, of course, was when the game was announced that it would be delayed. And guys, that pretty much wraps up all the news that happened over the past week in video games. So what do you think about No Man's Sky being its release and what the critics have to say? It's okay if you disagree with critics. You're allowed to have fun. So go out and do that. But also, what do you think about no more white Xbox Ones? See, what else did we talk about? We talked about Final Fantasy 15 getting delayed. Let me know what you think about all that stuff down in the comments below. And while you're down there checking out the comment section, you can go ahead and hit the like button and the subscribe button, because that helps a lot. It helps a whole hell of a lot. Don't forget to follow me over at Twitter at StandardTV, over at Twitch, twitch.tv/StandardTV. We're playing The Last of Us. Hopefully we get that done this week on the Twitch channel. Also check out some of the other links down below. Oh man, did you see that interview I had with Tech Gladiator? That's right, we got a new podcast coming up. That means we're doing daily uploads. That's exciting. So check out the interview with Tech Gladiator. Of course, that's his introduction to my audience here on YouTube, and I hope you guys enjoy that. Anyway, guys, until next time, I love your face.